Hi guys, Crypto here from Cryptogasmic. Just want to do a video update on Bitcoin just to let you know what I'm thinking and what I see. Those of you who are new to cryptocurrency trading, don't panic. This is something that happens quite regularly where we'll be working towards a goal and then bang, we'll just have a big sellout. Okay, so number one is don't panic. Panic selling is the worst thing you can do now, even if you're selling at a loss. There will always be a better spot to sell. So if you want to sell, sell on that bounce. You can even see here now, we fell hard to 9.4, so people quickly panic selling there. We've got a bounce now, back up to 9.9, 9.7, 9.8. So first of all, don't ever panic sell. All right, don't sell the absolute bottom. Wait, always wait for another bounce back up, always. Okay, same way we never FOMO on chasing the top. All right, so let's look at a couple of things. So when we have a big fall like this, people will send me messages and say, you know, when do we buy, when do we buy, when do we buy? I usually like to let the dust settle a little. That can usually take 1 hour, 2 hours, can take a day, 2 days. Now I've been saying for the last couple of weeks that we have to be really, really careful because it's very clear that we're still in this right-hand side of the emotional cycle, and it's fighting hard to crawl out, and it's met resistance again in the top of the red cloud here. All right, so we're looking at it in stages, and the great thing about mapping out a trade like we do with Elliott waves, okay, is that we have boundaries. Okay, so this was our prime entry here, 9,000, between 9.3 and 9.5 or 9.6. This was our prime buy area in the Elliott wave in there. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a couple of things here. So when we have a map like this, it's much easier not to get involved in this noise, all of this up and down noise, because this happens all the time in crypto. But obviously we've got to be careful to watch that it doesn't break down even more. Now, like I said in my last videos, even if it breaks down to here somewhere, it's still within the realms of creating a new Elliott wave. So we have to be really careful about where we buy and where we sell and where we set our stop losses. So I'm still seeing a few positives here. All right. So if we have a look on the hourly to start with, okay, we can see the volume that's gone out. Obviously a manipulated dump, obvious. Okay, it could be the case that we hit that resistance level at 11,800 a few times and people just dumped it out. Whatever it is, this happens all the time. It could be to get people to panic so other people can come in and buy cheaper. It happens all the time. So the worst thing you can do is run out and panic sell. So what we need to do is, when this happens, we come in and we move into a smaller time frame to see what's going on. All right, so this red line here, this was the downward trend that we've had from the peak. I know there's a lot of lines there, so let's just clear it up a little. Okay, so this red line coming here is that red trend line that we found resistance on, and then we broke through. Now you can see we've actually bounced right off of it. If you zoom in and have a look, okay, a candle fell through, but this would have been the first area that we're looking at to buy on a bounce. I missed that. I was out playing golf at the time, so I missed that, so that's okay. The yellow line was the support and resistance line that we had on this trend that was forming the head and shoulders, and you can see the candle has bounced right off of there. So that is, I'm always looking for areas of confluence for support or denial of support or resistance. So we've met support on two really good lines right there. Okay, and we're kind of looking at a double bottom situation here as well. All right, this big amount of volume that dropped out it's a big manipulated attack, if you see me. Now it just depends on whether people FOMO or not. Now if we also have a look at the market, it fell below 400 billion for the first time in a while. Yeah, we can see that. So a lot of money left. And you can see we're at 495. Yeah. Right, so we've fallen below that mark of 400 billion. Okay. So let's get back to the chart quickly and have a look. So for me, for now, I did send out a signal for Dash, so we'll have a quick look at that. So I, right now, would be looking at these levels on a 1 hour time frame. Again, we just want to watch it on different levels. Okay. Now you can see we bounced right again on the bottom of the 12-hour cloud. So there's another area of support. We didn't break down through there yet. All right. Now on the daily, what I'm looking for here. So you can see we really found resistance again on the red cloud. And any of you who have done our lessons, you understand the way the cloud works. So I would also be looking, if we do break down through here, we want to be looking at this EMA. We do not want to break down and open and close on a daily below 9,000. Okay. Then we could have a free fall back down to the next point would be back into our entry zone and our double bottoms down here around about 6,500. Okay. So we need to, first of all, keep above this downward trend. This is where the bulls have got to step in and we've got to keep the price here. So let me just have a little look at something. So we need to see some of these time frames starting to reset. All right. So the 6 hours there kissing on the bottom, oversold. Oversold. So we need the momentum to pick up again now over the next couple of days. So for me personally, I may, because I had a good buy-in at 6.8, I've got a little bit of room to move and I can cop a couple of % loss. So what I'm going to be looking for is this. I'm going to be looking for buys kind of between hoping that we can keep the support, because I think we will. We can look, we can see the volume actually coming back in the last hour here. But if we can catch some buys between 9.6, 9.5 and 9.6, and then maybe a couple of buys spread between 9.2. So let's say you have, I don't know, you want to buy 1 Bitcoin. I will place in some orders below 9, around about here, 9.650, a few more at 9.550, probably break it up into 4 and average my, so I kind of cover for both ways. And then I'll probably set a stop loss back here just below my original entry price. Yeah, probably just below 9.2. And if we get stopped out there, we'll make it back at another time by rebuying at a cheaper place somewhere. So that's the way I'm looking at Bitcoin now. It could be a really good opportunity to get in there. But if we start breaking down below that 9,000 mark on the daily candle, I'd probably sit it out for a while if we break down below the EMA here. Yeah, of 9,000. Yeah, we start if we get one of these candles that opens and closes on the daily below here, below 9,000, then we'll get out and we'll stay out, because we'll probably then be looking for a run down. But I'm going to maintain that we're still going to get a good run up. And what happens is always the same kind of thing. Now, I did send out a signal to Dash, to our VIP group, and it was making some upward turn, and then boom. Now this happens sometimes. If you manage to get a stop loss on after the entry, once we broke through the EMA here, great. If not, just hold on to it for now. these things happen, okay? And if you've got some more funds, you can look to maybe rebuy around about the, let's have a look. Yeah, you know, you could look to buy some more between the 480 and 500 mark, just to lower that average. But you can see that we've got the map and our roadmap is still in place. Sometimes the entry point changes, okay, like this when this happens. But again, we're going to have, you know, don't sell it at a loss. Don't sell it at a loss, because we actually had momentum and we had good strength going in yesterday. You could see the strength was growing, and this kind of just took it out of there today. And this was turning on the bottom. All the signs were there. And you're probably going to see the same thing through everything. Ethereum. And this is why I've been saying in the group, all we were doing was looking at selling or holding. People kept saying to me, is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to buy? And I kept saying, no, 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 no. We still have to be careful. We're still not out of the woods. You know, I've been saying that over and over and over again. And the same thing went for all the other coins. We have to get prime entries which allow us to stop out when these things happen. And it just washes things out, you know. We told you to buy under 140 on Litecoin. Back here somewhere. Back here. Yep. Okay. If you chased it up here over 200 and then, you know, now you're at a loss, that's your own fault. And you have to learn not to do that. Okay. So we got in at 140. We reached our target up here. We came down. We looked at buying some more. We were on our way back up, and now boom. So worst case scenario for people who are following what we're doing is we stopped out, and we either look to re-enter here or we look at a different lower price, which I'm not going to look at today. We let the dust settle and see what goes on. All right. So that's what I'm seeing now. Don't panic. Maybe use this opportunity to go to the beach, take your wife out for dinner, you know, ring the family, go and have a cup of tea with your mum. And, you know, you can see we've bounced back quite nicely already off of this point. But, and again, learn the lesson. Don't chase it, okay? I'm going to be looking to buy between these areas here, between 9.6 and 9.1. Spreading my buys across there, looking for a bounce of support, looking for areas of confluence, right there, 9.4. Bottom of the cloud. That's where I'm expecting to get a bounce. And even if we get a bounce up here and we, you know, we find resistance again, at least I can stop out or I can take some profit. It's all about taking those little beats of profit that we can while we're in this down market. So you have to be smart, you have to be educated, you have to have a plan. That's my plan. And of course it may not work and this could tank all the way through. But I'm prepared for that. I'll set a stop loss on it. I'll take a small loss if I have to. But I'm still bullish, and I still think the fact that we're bouncing out of these downward trend areas is a good sign. All right. Have a good day, whatever you're doing. Love each other. Be kind. Be happy. Be grateful for everything you've got in your life. And take it easy, guys. We'll speak real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.